On the other hand, say don't hurt their ego. Protect your ego. You cannot control, if you cannot control what people will say, control how much you let it affect you. Because now we have, I don't know, men, fight for yourself now. You are the head and not the tail. Remain head. And when in that position of head, you feel like you're tired, you feel like you're sinking, save yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Jumi here, Beyond Braids. I'm excited to be back. I hope you're doing great. You're doing amazing. Everything is going on well for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you're not new, thank you so much for coming back. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I saw this video of this guy named Tyrese. I don't know if I'm calling it right. I'm sorry, but there's something that drew me to his story. When the other guy that was interviewing him asked a question, and then when he was answering, I think he got emotional, and then he started crying. And then it got to a point that this guy even wanted to give him a tissue to say, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, and clean it up. And I can relate to that because we do that for children. Maybe because, you know, children, maybe they cry out of just expressing their sadness. Imagine if you ask a child, like, if your child asks you for something that they are not supposed to get, maybe they're asking for soap for being kids, right? Let's say they're asking for soap and you know they cannot have soap, then they start crying. You know, that kind of cry, and then you're just telling, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. But this one is an adult. And I think if it is a woman that is crying in the public like this, what the response will be? Will it be to that? It's okay, let it out, let it out, let it out. It's okay, let it out. No, I don't want tissue. And I believe that at first instance, when you say, oh, I don't want tissue, they will probably like, okay, let it out. If it is women that is crying out like this, and the most of the thing you hear is, oh, let it out, it's okay. And then they will cry without feeling ashamed. You cry and you think there is some easiness, some healing that comes from crying. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a counselor, but I've had issue in my life. I've gone through some time in my life that all I can do, or all I could do, was crying. Oh God, I cry. Especially when you have kids, and I don't know, maybe because of, you know, hormones and everything in women. Anyway, we cry naturally. Even women that did not give birth, that their hormones are balanced, they cry. Not talk of women. So at that time, I cry so much, and what I found is anytime I finish crying, I feel some release. Like I just have some strength to now, like, oh yeah, wipe your face and keep going. So for me, recently we heard about statistics of, oh, men are doing this, men are behind. I attended a program recently that they were showing statistics of men are behind in education, men are doing this, they are locking men up, men are trying to catch up with women. And the question that kept ringing in my head is, who is coming to save men? Okay, so you've analyzed this problem now. Men are this, men are this. Who is coming to save men? Because for me, I think, why do we even get to this point? How do we get to this point? In my own experience, what I could, you know, speak for is, it is very unfortunate for men going through all of this at this time, in this moment, because we can remember back in the days that it is our it's our mothers that, you know, went through a lot. I can speak for myself. Not everybody grew up from a home where everything is normal. In fact, all of us, what you think is normal back then, it might not be abuse of beating and eating, but there will be some form of dysfunction that we just grew up with, that a lot of women nowadays will say, no, I'm not taking that, because at the end of the day, what did my mom gain from that? And I think that a lot of men are, you know, getting that kind of energy from women that they did not offend at all. which is very unfortunate, like I said. For me, I think what I'm asking is, who is coming to save men? I think men benefit from society making excuses for them, like, it's a man, they like sex, they have, you are not giving it to him, he's gonna go out to go and have it with someone else. That kind of excuse work in their favor. There's a part of society that works in their favor. There's a part that did not work in their favor. But I think it has gotten to a point whereby men will have to start standing for themselves. If you want to cry, I think will be within your discretion to know that, can I cry here? Or in order to just protect your ego, in order to protect your manhood, you don't want to cry at a place where they will be laughing at you, like a whole man like you crying. I think you want to look, if you feel like crying, feel like letting go. Either you're seeing a therapist or you are in the corner of your room and you're just thinking, or you're praying, or whatever you're doing that gets your soul, that gets your mind, and you're able to let go. Cry your eyes out. It will do your soul good. And this has nothing to do with society. Why you are enjoying society making excuses for you, he's a man. Now society is not working in your favor of saying you cannot cry. And I don't even know where that comes from. I also grew up hearing that men cannot cry. And see, this is crazy. Women will complain about society. Well, society will not do what people will say. Now we have men that will also complain about society, not allowing them to express their emotion. Who are this society? Is you and I. Or are they aliens? Are they angels? Society is us. And it has gotten to a time whereby whatever happened to you, you will not see any society to hold accountable for it. If you feel like crying, and this interview, when the guy started crying, the guy that asked the question was like, oh no, it's okay. The guy was like, no, Tyrus said, no, you asked me a question, did you want me to answer? And I think, like, when we are asking people, are you okay? Like, did you really want to hear that answer? If I start talking, you will not even, you will blame yourself for asking. So when you ask questions, and when people are trying to be honest, regardless of gender at this point, you ask. Take a minute to listen. And then this guy started talking and was crying. It got to a point he started crying. Oh my God. And he was talking about how he lost was it his parents? I know he talked about his mom. He talks about divorce and many other things. Like, men are human beings. I think it's time to just ignore society. Where is that society? Where is the address? To go and tell them, hey, I want to cry, and don't complain. Do what works for you. What will be of benefit to your health. Crying has so much benefit. Let's Google it quickly. Crying can have, I first of all want to Google crying as an adult and crying as a man. Crying as an adult can have many benefits. Releasing feel-good chemicals. When you cry, you have this chemical that make you feel good. I said that earlier, that after I cry, I just, feel this energy to just wipe my face and keep going, because I don't have option. There is no any society beside me saying, oh, don't worry, we got this for you. Nobody got nothing for you. You got yourself, and you have to do whatever you have to do to keep going. Relieving stress. Of course, your stress bucket is up high. That is why you feel so down. And if crying is going to solve it at that point, just that, know where to cry to protect yourself. Me, I have 2 boys. Now I'm even trying my best to not make them see crying as a problem, yet I want to balance it. Like, you cannot be crying every time. I think that is where men sometimes have problem with. You say, don't cry. And you cannot be crying like a baby now. You cannot be crying like a baby. You have to be diplomatic about it in order to protect yourself, so that at the end of the day, that crying will now not become a problem for you. There's this Love is Blind show. I can't remember the name of this guy. This guy was so emotional to the point of annoyance. Like, there's no how you watch. If I see his face, I'll put it on the screen. Any little thing, when he's having conversation with his wife, he cry every time. That I don't know if I should say that is not healthy, but it is not masculine. Or I don't want to be using all these terms that can, mean something else. But as a man, if you want to cry to just relieve stress, to just, shed some weight, think of where you can cry that will not become a problem for you, that will not affect your manhood, that when you are, trying to assert your authority, it will not be like you that you cry every 2 minutes. Just knowing the right and where to cry. Who are the people you are crying with? Is it people that have your best interest at heart? I'm like, it's okay, and they will not judge you. If it is between men, and even I don't think when men are within themselves, I think that should be safe. They should be able to cry around themselves, because we are both men. You that you're not crying, it's your problem. I think they just need to know where to cry in order to protect their manhood. Detoxifying body. The next one is detoxifying body. Self-soothing. And then the next one says social benefits, right? Because you're able to relate to other people crying. You can be empathetic to people going through whatever you're going through, right? Crying can lift your spirits, and sobbing can help by taking in quick breaths of cool air, which can help regulate your brain temperature. So this is crying for an adult. Let's go to crying for men. Crying can have many benefits for men. The same thing, good chemical, releasing stress. So you see that crying is not gender-based. For adults, that is men and women. For men, it's the same. Because sometimes they think, oh, women are too emotional, men are logical. Your logic is killing you. Where you need to cry, you are a human being. You have all these, emotions around you. You are just holding it in. You are not letting it go. Go to a corner where nobody will see you, for your own good, and cry. You might not be crying everywhere. Yeah, your children is seeing you crying every minute. Your wife that's supposed to, have you gone to a company and you see the CEO crying up and down? It will scare the employee to say, if the old guy of the company is crying, what faith do we have? So it's like the head of the family. You might not want them to see you crying, but when nobody is looking, you can cry for your own good, to clear your mind, to release stress in order to continue, because the work ahead of you is great. Enhance relationship. Crying with right people and at appropriate time can create connection with others. Crying with the right people at the appropriate time, at the right place, where nobody will be making jest of you. Crying is good. In fact, I would like that my boys know that they can. I might not even see them cry, but if you feel like crying, protect yourself, go and cry. Just for your own good, like I said. But you will not be crying every 2 minutes, because the same you'll be crying. Now you are crying up. What do you want me to do? Because we women, when we cry, you don't have to come and be begging us. It's okay. We know when to start that cry, when to stop it, wipe our face and keep moving. Because now if you now start crying in my face, and regardless if anybody is there or not, now you're crying in my front, what do you want me to do? To be saying sorry? Cry where nobody will see you. And if you need help, maybe you can get a very professional help, people that can help you without making you feel like, oh, you're a man. Be a man. You're a human being. You're not a robot. Fighting bacteria. Crying for you can fight bacteria. However, men often experience internalized stigma associated with mental illness, which can lead to fear, shame, embarrassment, guilt, and a compulsion to conform to outdated expectation of stoicism and emotional suppression. Some say that to men who repress the urge to cry. It's a sign of strength to be able to be autonomous, decide for yourself, right from wrong, and cry. This is on Google. This is not up to me. Decide for yourself, right from wrong, and cry. decide the right place to cry and cry. If you feel like, oh, this is too much for it, will help you. It will help. And this guy started crying, and he says, if marriages, like if a couple loses a child, please check on the man, check on the woman. Or of course, we always check on the woman, but he's saying like it's not only a woman that is going through, also men go through that. If marriages end, it's not only women, it's two people in this. And I think if nobody is checking on you at this point, you think your back is against the wall. Watch for yourself. Yoruba will say, let me say it in Yoruba, tó bá kọwájú sí ẹ kó tá, tó bá kọ ẹ̀yìn sí ẹ kó tá, tó bá kù ìwọ nìkan kó tẹ́ra rẹ̀ pa. That means when how can how can I interpret this? It means that when I don't know, but literally it means that you only get you. At the end of the day, you got yourself. Nobody is coming to save you. But at least for now, start saving yourself till you have people that will save you. You are the only you that you get. Someone will say like, you are the best project you can work on. Work on yourself. The way this guy cry, I like it. Not even minding that it is in public. Like, I'm human being like you. I'm going through a lot. I lost my mom. I lost my marriage. I lost the business. And you're saying, man up, don't cry. What kind of man? And I think men will know that nobody is coming to save you. Like they say, oh, men are not getting degree, women are going to school too much, men are not going to school, the ratio, nobody is coming to save men. Men on their own will say, I decide to go to school, I want to go to school more. So this person make example of like a woman talk down on a man, and for 10 years, that man could not. I said, what? Can you say that again? So somebody will talk to me, or somebody will abuse me, or say something that I don't like, or that hurts me, and I will, okay, so it might be like that word is planted into my heart, but it is not going to make me not want to do anything for 10 years. If for anything, I want to prove you wrong, that the word that you have said to me is not true, even though it hurts, I will work my ass off to make sure that you see that that word does not come to pass in my life. That is like a fighting force for me to say, how dare you even say that to me? No, that's not me. What are you thinking when you're saying that? Because that's not true. I want to prove you wrong. But on the other hand, they say it hurts their ego. Protect your ego. You cannot control, if you cannot control what people will say, control how much you let it affect you. Because now we have, I don't know, men, fight for yourself now. You are the head and not the tail. Remain head. And when in that position of head, you feel like you're tired, you feel like you're sinking, save yourself. Let God help you. Pray to God to help you. Because you have so much responsibility. And I don't know how we will expect human being not to cry. That is part of the dysfunctionality that we grew up with. How can a man not cry? You see yourself as Alpha and Omega. You are a human being like me. The only thing that difference is I have vagina, you have penis. We have emotions run through us. Yours is higher in some side, mine is lower in some side. But ultimately, you're a human being. That if cry is so good for your health. Cry when you need to. Protect yourself while crying. Don't be vulnerable to the wrong people that will laugh at you like, yeah, you think you are a man. If you're around people that is bringing you down, save yourself. Don't lose yourself. Because at the end of the day, you lose you. Don't lose yourself. And I think men will grow to the point whereby they can, not to the point of toxic, now thinking nobody can talk to. No, there has to be balance. Because I hope I'm not. There has to be balance in everything. Like I am willing to, sacrifice everything, but not at the point of sacrificing myself. Jesus already died. You cannot die for anybody. You cannot sacrifice yourself for anybody. You can, I'm just saying. Because now, and it is actually very good, the comments, like, let him cry. We are not at the point where we say men don't cry. Cry at the right place, cry at the right time, with the right people. In fact, by yourself, wipe your face and keep it moving. Life is hard though, not just for women, for men. And whatever they need to do to get their mental health going, to get their mental health right, to keep moving, they can do it. You are the, after God, you are the, what is it called? Shepherd of your own life. Don't let anybody tell you don't cry. No, cry if you have to. Cry if you have to. Not with the wrong people that will be laughing at you that you cry, yo. Not to the point of crying like a baby all up. I mean, just, use your discretion to do it right. I've come to the end of this video. If you're a woman that you are crying, saying, my mind, please leave these men alone. Don't let them lose their mind. If we cry, why can't you why can't they cry? We are all human beings. I shall see you in my next video. Please drop your comments. What do you think? What do you think? Please drop your comments, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Peace out.